Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today's video is about sending a message, as we are going to conquer all of Runeterra with your boy SWAIN and the other member of the, what's it called? The trifectum? Like, the 3 leaders of Noxian, right? I do know my lore. I know it's SWAIN, it's LEBLANC, and Darius, but I don't know what they're called exactly. I'm going to go with the trifectum. I don't even know what that word means, but I use it a lot. I say that quite a bit, and I have no idea what it means whatsoever, except that it involves the number 3. But yeah, the trifectum. We're going to have 2 of the 3 leaders of Noxian in this deck, as we're combining SWAIN with, like I said, LEBLANC. This is pretty much, it's kind of like an upgrade or evolution, rather. I wouldn't say it's strictly better. I can't really tell you that it's better than the version that I showcased or that I'm about to mention, but it's a deck that has evolved from the Elise SWAIN Spider, Conqueror archetype that I showcased a while back. This deck has not been built by myself, actually. This deck was built by Colin. Let me actually search his thread to make sure I got the name right. Yes, Colin Wang. Colin Wang, who is a Masters player from North America. I'm going to leave his Twitter link in the description down below. He's the one who originally built this. I have tweaked it a little bit, and I am going to explain, the changes that I made. But generally, this is a deck that's trying to combine SWAIN, like I said, with LEBLANC. LEBLANC levels up after dealing damage. So this can, in a way, she kind of has a similar level up requirement from SWAIN, but the difference is this includes combat damage, right? So her 5 attack with quick attack contributes to 1/3 of her level up. And once we level up LEBLANC, we have the ability to generate mirror images as we are as we deal 15 damage from that point onwards, right? So this is pretty neat because we can do several things with this. We can copy LEBLANC naturally. We can potentially copy Thorn of the Rose, and by summoning her again, we can spawn another Guile in hand. And there's even we also have the ability to copy Auric Glinthorn as well, which it's nice in case we expect one of the two. Like, honestly, I can't really tell you like a good scenario for this because the effect is going to be kind of redundant, but it's not really much different than copying LEBLANC, right? But one of the spicy potential combos that I like is giving SWAIN Might, right? And then copying SWAIN. That just, I don't know. I don't think that's ever going to happen, to be honest. But it's just really interesting, and if it does ever happen, it would be absolutely glorious, right? So that's the idea of this deck. We're just using LEBLANC as a good value 3-drop to allow us to push for some damage and also bait out some removal from the opponent potentially as we clear up the path for SWAIN. But the main purpose of this deck is not really LEBLANC and SWAIN. It's just combining SWAIN with Shadow Isles. Something that I really like to do because we get to run stuff like Withering Wail, and we get to play stuff like Auric Glinthorn to capitalize on Withering Wail dealing 1 damage to everything. Withering Wail can help us out against aggro decks. So it makes it so that we have a SWAIN deck that's really good against aggro. It can actually match up really well against Nasus Thresh as well. Nasus is the main reason why I'm running a full set of Noxian Guillotine. This may seem excessive. You can definitely argue for running like 1 or 2 copies of Vengeance instead of going all in with the Guillotine, but I feel like the Guillotine is very easy to enable in this deck, and with Withering Wail, we can just get some insane value. Just 1 Noxian Guillotine can help us start clearing up a good portion of their board. It's not only Withering Wail, it's the fact that we're playing stuff like House Spider, which leaves us with multiple blockers that can damage opposing units, and ultimately it's just a very, very nice source of removal. But like I said, you can run, like if you don't like 3 copies of Noxian Guillotine, you can definitely go with like 1 or 2 and run Vengeance instead, because Vengeance is inherently more reliable. But I dream big, I'm a bit greedy, so I'm running triple Noxian Guillotine. But I wouldn't be doing so if Nasus wasn't the top deck, right? So just to clarify that a little bit. I'm also running a 1-off of Culling Strike. I think Culling Strike, I want to make more copies of it, but the problem is my curve is a little bit too dense on 3 mana, so I can't really go further than this. And I valued Noxian Guillotine more, but man, Culling Strike is just amazing in this meta as well. Like the fact that it kills Thresh is insane. I can kill Thresh with this. Like, it's hard to justify playing Noxus without Culling Strike, and I kind of wish, like I said, I could play more, but I also love Might with SWAIN. Like, the problem is I love too many of these 3-mana plays, and that's one of the aspects of this deck that I kind of like struggle with a little bit, right? Keep in mind that because I did not build this version myself and I tweaked it, it kind of it feels a bit off in some senses, but the deck works in the meta really well, which is what matters. And it's fun because you're combining LeBlanc and SWAIN. They got some quotes for each other. And maybe I will revisit this champion combination in the future and see if I can make a more synergistic build with these two later down the line. But I wanted to present something like this since, you know, I like this deck and I wanted to share it. So that's basically all I gotta say. When it comes to mulligans, just make sure that you find stuff like LeBlanc or Throne of the Rose for turn 3. You don't mind missing on your first few plays because you can carry over that spell mana and have it ready up for turn 3 onwards. As finding House Spider on curve is obviously very nice. There are cards that you should never mulligan away under pretty much any circumstances, and those are the likes of Ravenous Flock. Ravenous Flock is one of the best cards in this deck. It's just amazing, and it's definitely something that you should always keep. SWAIN, depending on the matchup, may actually not be a bad card to keep as well, because if you draw, one of the good things about SWAIN is that if you draw more copies of him later down the line, they convert into Ravenous Flocks, so they actually become extremely useful, right? It's one of those champions that you actually don't mind drawing multiple copies of in that regard. And obviously if you're facing aggro decks, then mulliganing aggressively for Withering Wail, it's very important. But if you have a solid proactive 3-mana play to go for, don't let it go to waste. You know, stuff like Noxian Fervor, Noxian Guillotine, you can always mulligan away because you'll eventually draw these cards later down the line when you'll actually be able to utilize them, right? And hopefully this little mulligan tech helped you out a little bit. And that's basically all I have to say. This deck is different from the original, you know, in case you want to check out Colin's version. Like I said, I will leave his Twitter link in the description down below. And that's basically it. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Tomorrow's deck, I don't know if I'm not going to spoil it, but it's something that a lot of you have been asking for a bit. And it's finally coming. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. It'll be a fun Sunday in that regard. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Leave a like, because it helps me, makes me happy. If you hate me, leave a dislike. That'll make me very unhappy. So I don't even know when telling you that, but yeah, I have trouble like with my rambling at the outro. So I'm just gonna stop talking. Have a solid day, enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. Oof, Lee Sin, Ionia, our first opponent. We already know we gotta win for the Empire. Let's keep the card. I'm gonna drop the Noxian Fervor. I'm definitely gonna keep these two. I want to keep Whispered Words. No, I'm gonna mulligan it away as well. That looks nice. LeBlanc is actually pretty neat here, even though we have to worry about what? Hush. Yeah, and even then it would be technically a 2-for-1 trade, right? So it's fine. Bam, bam, dun, dun. There's your boy. Let's start spreading out. We may see a mountain goat here on curve. Or a, yeah. We have several ways to deal with that. We have Death's Hand, we have Calling Strike. We don't want to waste Calling Strike on this, though, especially with the threat of Pale Cascade being a thing. We'd rather preserve this for stuff like, you know, Zoe, or more than anything, the, okay, yeah, we can pass here, we're fine.
Time to make an appearance.
Time to make an appearance. I'm sorry, LeBlanc, I just don't like your voice.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
My move.
We're gonna attack. I want to preserve the might for later. I can do this. You could have an Opify. We go down in card advantage, but we're progressing our SWAIN level up, and we get rid of the Mountain Goat, which means he has to generate another unit. And I like this Calling Strike. He could have a Opify, but if he does play Lee Sin, I'm gonna stun the Sparklefly. Because he can't Opify the Paralyzing Bite, he has to deny it. So by doing this, I force him to play something else to get the attack off with the Mentor, and then that's when I can go for the Calling Strike. Again, it could be for naught, as... Okay, yeah, let's play Swain.
Fear the power.
Let's see.
You flatter me, Grand General.
My opponent's board has not developed any sort of stats.
We will make Ionia ours, or we will make it rubble.
This land cannot be conquered.
There could be a deny, there could be a bazillion things, but I'm gonna wait for this.
Surprise me. My move.
Their heartbeats quicken. Our enemies cannot hide.
I'm gonna go for the might.
Such little lies.
I whisper truth.
Into lies.
Center your spirit. Prepare yourself.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go for the Calling Strike. We're gonna wait for that out. Yep. And now we're gonna knock him out. Got it. GG, happy taco. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. Woo! Oh, yeah, baby. There we go.
Another rose for the garden.
Yeah, I agree. That's basically what I say when I don't know how to follow up the quote. I agree. Oh, that was clutch. Baiting out the deny, and then going for the. Oh man, the only way that was disrupted if he had a Notify and a Guiding Touch. That's what I was thinking. But I was like, you know what? The odds of that are not that high, so let's go for it. Oh, that was slick as hell. All right, round two. All right, Shen Jarvan. I'm gonna keep Thorn of the Rose. I'm gonna mulligan away everything else, just because. Just because Thorn of the Rose is actually difficult for them to deal with. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. I like LeBlanc there though.
Strength in grace, beauty in the play.
Striking looks and stunning wit.
I'm gonna play Thorns of the Rose.
Harry, riposte hardly fair.
I hate having to put my face on.
The eye of twilight sees all.
Because a sharp side could be played here. So I want to go for the Guile.
Clumsy footwork. This is the fun part.
Because now sharp side does not kill my LeBlanc, and sharp side doesn't really. It has no effect over these trades, right? So combat also doesn't do anything here. Well, I mean it does, but. And now we can just stun whatever, and we have the threat of Calling Strike as well.
My shield is yours.
Honor dictates both our actions.
Cool story, bro. He has a sharp sight. I'm gonna get it out of him now. Or did I?
Seeing you.
Drawing a little bit.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
All right.
Our enemies will know fear, Father.
Teach them respect, and perhaps peace will follow.
This Noxian guillotine is gonna be absolutely amazing here, but we gotta take away the
Strike.
Hand me my blade.
Stand before me.
Providence, guide me.
Okay, so Vile Feast. After an attack, onto that. Prevent the level up. He may attack again, which allows us to go for Noxian Fervor and damage Shen, right?
Stand with your... Bring them here.
Nature blesses her followers.
We each defend our brethren. It must be done.
Nature blesses her followers.
I can take this hit.
Nature blesses her followers.
You will not fall this day.
Good. We're able to mitigate this attack. I mean, he's able to clear our board here. I mean, I can still take 6 damage and preserve this blocker for later.
Nature blesses her followers.
We each died, then found hope.
These woods protect their own.
Now we got the makings of Withering Whale. Just gotta keep staying alive here. Okay.
Nature blesses her followers. Down and east. Steady my hand. Who goes there?
I walk the space between worlds.
The prettier the rose, the sharper the thorns.
Enforced equilibrium.
Nature blesses her followers.
Counterattack!
Balance favors you.
Fuck the Kinku. Had enough of this bullshit.
Loyalty through conquest.
Nature blesses her followers. Nature blesses her followers.
Fuck nature. Woo! For Noxus! Oh! Nice!
We have done what is needed.
Zoe Vi. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to kill some Zoes. Might can be really powerful. Dude, I'm gonna keep this in. It's a bit greedy, but I love the idea of Might with Swain. And one of the cool things about Swain is that, yeah, you can... If you overdraw him, then the other ones just become Ravenous Flock, so it's not even a bad thing.
Once I stab papers, now faces.
I'm gonna Calling Strike the Ballistic Bot. Could be a bit of a nuisance. I like LeBlanc, but the odds of like a Mystic Shot are pretty neat, so I'm gonna go with Thorn of the Rose first.
Let's make this a night to remember.
Because if something has to eat a Mystic Shot, I'd rather be her. So considering the matchup, we're gonna scout. There's also another reason why I went for that Calling Strike that turn earlier is because
This is the fun part.
I'm happy to trade that because, you know, she's so vulnerable from removal that it's good that I got value out of her in that sense. Okay. I mean, there is a threat of
Time to make an appearance.
Thermogenic Beam, Mystic Shot as well. But I gotta play LeBlanc. This is not a matchup for LeBlanc.
I bear a message from. Oh, hey, what's that?
I'm okay with this. Good stun,
Over
but
there.
Fear the power.
You flatter me, Grand General.
I could have let off with the Guile, but I have to scout out first. I don't want to waste this Guile. It's a nice resource to have. I do want to play Swain though because I want that Ravenous Flock. I want to make use of these Ravenous Flocks here. Okay.
Such little lives.
He stalls out a little bit. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. He knows I have Guile. So he knows that he has to play Vi and lead to an open attack in order for me to not, you know, to succumb to it. I may just trade my LeBlanc with yeah, I'm definitely gonna block with LeBlanc onto some Dredger if he attacks. Just because she's not really that reliable this matchup because of her low health stat, right?
Indecision is the first of many weaknesses.
Wasted effort.
I mean,
Flesh was weak, but look at me now. Once I stab papers, now faces. System upgrade.
What's in here? Chase me!
I gotta work for the Swain level up, so I gotta be a little bit aggressive.
Inferior design.
6 damage. I like this. Some really awkward draws here.
Safety disengaged. Join me if you want to live.
I'm gonna think for a little bit. Just acting like I actually have a play. Think that he gets like, oh, I got a great pass, you know. It's like, no, I don't have anything. All right, well, we gotta survive here. We have the Guile.
Piltover Enforcer on the scene.
Evolve or die.
Destination in sight.
Let's get back Swain.
Prime and ready. Fire till nothing moves.
It's damage by.
Dark in the sky.
We got some health gain as well.
Fear the power.
And we have Noxian Guillotine enabled.
Can you improve perfection? Rise, metal brethren. Safety disengaged. System upgrade.
Alright. These Noxian Guillotines were a bit awkward, but
Prime and ready. Fire till nothing moves.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules. Hi-ya!
she could have an Equinox. You can't kill me now, no?
Order, sir. Bring forth our army.
Now even if he does find Equinox, we lock him down. I could have waited, but honestly, I don't feel the need to I don't feel the need to delay this. This is always gonna be my play. Like, I don't see a scenario in which I don't just develop another Leviathan, because if he wants to spread out more units, double Leviathan. If he has Equinox, second Leviathan. It's always gonna be my play. He can't kill me anymore. He doesn't have enough mana, even if he had Get Excited and Mystic Shot, right? And we're gonna preserve this Withering Wail as a reactive healing tool.
Improve perfection.
For 3 mana. Yeah, we're just playing this one the old-fashioned way. Just ships and Swain. As simple as that. Yeah. We're gonna preserve this, because the only way we lose is with direct damage, right? Fire!
Prime and ready.
Lead for Noxus. Witness strength.
So unless he has double Mystic Shot, We kill him. Fuck you, Zoe. Oh! Oh! Oh, that never gets old.
We have done what is needed.
Swain, like with Freljord, can be a bit tricky. Especially because we're playing LeBlanc. We're actually very vulnerable to this. Let's see if we can navigate ourselves around it. Around the matchup, I mean. That's what happens every single time when somebody does that. Just in case you're wondering. Do I want Vile Feast? Here's the thing. I'm gonna drop Vile Feast as well. I'm gonna keep the Arachnoid Sentry. I feel like LeBlanc is even a bit of a liability. I'm attacking on turn 3 though. I can't not keep LeBlanc, right? I can't not keep LeBlanc.
Let's make this a night to remember.
Alright. We got an Arachnoid Sentry out of him.
Let the flames take you.
No. No, thank you.
Burn them all.
Delicate fob.
I don't want to develop more onto the board because the threat of... Yeah, that's a bit crazy though. Like if I had
History forgets, but the Black Rose remembers.
You could have a Death Sand. You want to play LeBlanc now to have a blocker for this? Yeah, if I had Calling Strike, I would really punish him here.
Know your enemy.
Now we'll play Auric.
You can see the Devastian border from here.
Little lies.
Bow to no one.
For conquest! For empire!
Born for conquest.
Pledge or perish.
Counterattack!
Could have a Ravenous Flock. Yeah. We'll get rid of Swain, which is important.
Deploying!
excuses for war. I will break them.
Attack!
Lead, Noxian.
Artillery barrage!
Victory awaits. Loyalty through conflict. Patience is a tactician's greatest tool. They should thank you for the king.
We're going under!
Well fought! Places to go, people to be.
We have to be very careful here, because we're very low on health. The problem is twin sisters can screw us up a little bit. Needs a flash freeze. Yeah.
These old eyes still see far and clear. Prepare the cargo!
I think I have to go for it, right?
Return fire!
I have to hope he has no flash freezes. Like, this is the only way I can win. Because otherwise he just locks me down with these Leviathans. I can't stun this Leviathan because then he plays SWAIN and I don't have an attack on him. Oh man.
After the battle, I will break them.
Destination in sight!
Maybe there's a way. Maybe I can top deck a Noxian for more. That's the only way I'm out of this. I'm happy with how I played this one, I think, for the most part. But the matchup is bad. Like, the matchup is just straight up bad. Good game. It was close. It was definitely close. All right, let's end it off with some aggro. This should be a good matchup for us, considering we have a full set of Withering Wail and Vile Feast. I'm gonna go ahead and drop these two. I do want to keep the LeBlanc though, honestly. As hopefully we do find our healers, you know, our Vile Feasts, our Shadow Owls cards, basically. No turn one play. Well, that's extremely reassuring. House Spider to show him a taste of his own medicine. Yeah. Monkey see, monkey do. His is cooler though. This is prismatic. I'm jelly. I'm peanut butter and jelly. Time for you to get the fuck out of here! Out of my sight. We don't want to give him more axes.
The best lives are beautiful.
He's gonna attack. Force him to trade, weaken his board. Like, this is one of those cases like, well, I lose a little bit of stats here in this exchange, but honestly, like, I weaken his board significantly. And he just comes back at us with some Poros. Withering Wail. I don't even have to do it now.
Fear the power you do not see.
All right.
Flatter me.
I need some tough units. There we go. Oof, this is tempting. But no, let's force him.
We are at war.
Like, hey, you like that Jinx? Well, you better trade it.
Everyone goes boom!
That was another Jinx.
Such little lives.
It's gonna be hard for him to like deplete his hand immediately. Oh shit.
No, it's here somewhere.
Well, I mean, like I said, he still has 3 cards, right? Like, unless he found another image.
The answer is here somewhere.
Good stuff, good stuff. Get that Jinx out of here! Enough! Off your bullshit! Surprise, motherfucker!
I've work to do.
I don't think so. Get out of my face. For the Empire! For Noxus!
History will remember.
It will remember.